What's up, y'all? Welcome to Love Without Limits, the podcast where we keep things 100 and apparently where my wife likes to rearrange the living room every week. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Lexi, and today we're going to talk about a couple questions, concerns, comments, different things from our last video, as well as how we go about choosing our third and just making sure you're choosing the right person.
And at the end, we're going to cover the topic that everyone always asks us: can you guys have sex without catching feelings? It's going to be an interesting episode. Make sure y'all watch it.
Oh, you're going, my bad. A lot of people ask, I've actually had a couple people hit me up personally, can you recover from cheating in a relationship, or how do you recover from cheating or extreme jealousy, things like that in a relationship? Obviously, very first thing, it depends on the relationship. It's not a catch-all. I cannot sit here and say, yes, if he cheated on you, things are going to be great in 6 months. I also can't say no. If he cheated on you in 6 months, things are completely falling apart. I can't say because I don't know your relationship. What I do know is if someone's cheated in the relationship, if you guys both have genuine love, if you still actually love each other, actually want to put forth that effort, then yes, there is always the possibility at least that things can get better and that the relationship can recover from it. The biggest thing is just really how you go about it. It's the same with anything in life, how you approach the topic at hand. And the biggest thing is you need to remember where you guys came from. At the end of the day, that man chose you for a reason. You chose that man for a reason, or that woman, whatever it may be. And you've got to get back to the roots. What made you guys fall for each other? What about that person do you love? Do you like? You need to get back to the good things. Because I feel like, especially if it's something where it's a prolonged period of time, a lot of resentment builds. Obviously, no one wants to be cheated on. That's a terrible thing to feel, a terrible thing to experience. I don't want it to seem like I'm making light of that at all, but there are people who want to come back from it, and that's my biggest piece of advice. Focus on the positive. Take a night once a week and have a dinner, even if it's just a little TV
night.
dinner.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything expensive, but take that time to be open and vulnerable. Through cheating comes closed doors, closed emotions, closed thoughts. Communication is your biggest friend, but it can also be your biggest enemy if you don't utilize it properly. So sit down, be vulnerable, have those tough conversations, because if you genuinely love and care about someone and are willing to fight for it, those aren't going to be the worst thing to do, realistically. It's going to be easy to sit down and have those conversations.
It really is. I love you.
I love you.
She's so smart. Second thing that we want to talk about, there's been a lot of talk online recently surrounding us, and if you follow our Facebook, you've seen certain someone is spreading false imagination. So let me just clear up some of the things that are being said about me online right now. Backstory: my grandma had shingles twice. Not sure how, rest up, Nana. That's something that we can talk about when I get up there eventually. But due to my grandma having shingles twice, she developed HSV1, or oral sores, technically oral herpes. Yes, whatever you want to. HSV1 is technically oral herpes. I do not have genital herpes. I've never had an STD. I've never spread herpes to anyone. I haven't had a cold sore since I was 12 years old. So you could go online and say all you want. Oh my God, he has herpes. He has oral herpes. I haven't had a cold sore since I was 12. I do not have genital herpes. You can see it. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say about me.
One thing about us here, we're open, we're honest. That's half of what this whole page is about. He's never had an STD. He's never had anything. And like I said, in the interest of honesty, I've had an STD twice. I've had Trick twice about 6 years ago. But I'll honestly say, since becoming more active in this lifestyle, I get tested more frequently. I'm more on top of my sexual health. I see my just general doctor more frequently.
If you can't comprehend the fact that we don't have something just because you do, means you need to reevaluate yourself, not us.
Or not even that just because you do. A lot of people think just because we sleep around with people, it's something we touched on in the last episode. Even if I sleep with 20 people today, even if I Bonnie Blue in this bitch, doesn't mean I have something. Just because you sleep with risky partners and don't do your due diligence.
Even if you do have something, it's not like we're trying to say that you're dirty or whatever, because STDs are very common. It's not like we're going to sit here and bash on anyone that has them. But it's crazy that people are spreading false information and bashing these people. A lot of these people that got these STDs, it's not like they went out and tried to actively do it. I know people that went out and fucked someone with a condom. and they still got it.
Asked for test results, and
the person lied. You know how easy it is to lie online? You know how easy it is to lie in general?
I could go post anything.
Anything.
30,000
I'm a
people do
crackhead.
it.
I'm a crackhead. And every time I post it, you guys love to hear that. Love it.
It's crazy. Like, just at the end of the day, people can believe what they want, but I provided test results. I really don't know what else you want me to do.
Multiple test results, months on
I
end.
get tested monthly. At max every 3 months. I ask for test results from everyone we sleep with, and everyone but him I use a condom with. So
I don't get it. I
don't understand.
And you can sit there and
but y'all
flash.
keep doing you.
You can sit there and flash the results all you want, but
Literally.
they're like, oh no, those gotta be doctored.
Can't be real.
Can't be real.
How dare we go get
How
tested
dare
together?
On to the next one.
Another big one that has come up online. And again, people just like to see things online and run with it. But consent. I'm gonna do this one way, and then I'm gonna go off talking about it a little more. A lot of you guys obviously know this analogy. If you don't, let me catch you up. Tea. If I go to someone's house and they ask me if I want tea, and I'm like, yeah, please, thank you, I would love a cup of tea. That's enthusiastic consent. If I go to someone's house and they ask me if I want tea, and I'm like, I'm good, no thank you. I'm good, no thank you. That's me refusing. That's me not giving consent. If I say yes and they bring me the cup of tea and then I drink it,
The entire cup.
the whole cup, and I'm like, all right, my bad. If they give me the cup of tea and I take a couple sips and I'm like, never mind. It's not very good. I'm not enjoying this very much. I stopped drinking the tea. That's me revoking consent because I didn't like it. If someone makes you a cup of tea, you are not required to drink it. That's the basis of it, right? It's consent. Yes means yes, no means no. If halfway through you doing something after you said yes, you decided to no, you stop.
In the middle of it.
It's a very basic, common sense concept, but something that I've had a couple females come to me in different situations, and something that has become a whole uproar online. If I go to someone's house and they give me that cup of tea and I drink that entire cup of tea and then tell them no, what are they supposed to do about it? If I go link with someone and I ask them before I ever kiss them or anything, if they're okay with it, and they're like, yes, please kiss me. And before I take their clothes off, I ask if they can take their clothes off, and they're like, yes, please. And the whole way through, I'm asking for consent, and you continue giving consent. And then a week later, decide you regret your decision. That is, you cannot revoke consent afterwards. You drank the tea. What am I supposed to do? I'm not saying you cannot revoke consent. I need to make that so clear. I'm going to say that 3 times. I'm not revoking consent.
In the action, you can revoke consent.
Yes, 100%.
While it is going on.
But if everything is said and done, I don't understand. If you consent to a doctor that they can do surgery to remove your appendix, you go through surgery and afterwards you're like, never mind, you can't do that. What is he supposed to do?
Your appendix is already removed. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot remove consent weeks after something is done. In the process, that is one thing. If you feel some type of way, you could say, hey, we need to stop. A week or two later, if you get into an argument with someone, they did not take advantage of you. They did not.
I get that that's it. A lot of people seem to be up in hands about it because they're taking it so out of context. If in the middle of something you're like, hey, I don't know if I'm liking this or something, and they keep going, yeah, that is absolutely SA. That is absolutely someone taking advantage of you. But if when they ask you that, you are being like, yes, I'm enjoying that, I love that, and then afterwards,
if you came back 3 other times and enjoyed it all 4 times.
Like, I get a lot of them. I've personally had 2 people who have come to me and personally been like, I had sex with this guy. I consented the whole way through. I wasn't inebriated. I wasn't whatever, but I don't know. He gave me the ick afterwards. I've heard that like a couple times. He gave me the ick. No specific reason, no actual, and I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything, but like,
you did it to yourself.
I don't know what to tell you. You consented the whole way through and then randomly decided you didn't like the dude's dirty socks or something. Like, unless he really assaulted you, I'm sorry, but you cannot revoke consent weeks after. I'm sorry. And
I guess
then
the last one that we have is, I guess it goes into that one, is this lifestyle is not for everyone.
it's definitely not. I've had a couple people be like, oh, you guys are pushing this on people through this. No. At the end of the day, I just want to inform people and I want to give people like the information on it. At the end of the day, I don't live a typical casual lifestyle. I don't. I go do freak style things and whatnot. And and just it's not for everyone. I don't expect everyone in the world to see this video and be like, yeah, you know, they're right. They're right. That's what I need to do. There are some people that this isn't for them, whether that's personal feelings, jealousy. They just, you know, hey, that's something I really don't have any interest in. It's not something that does, you know, it doesn't do anything for me.
But just like
that's
that,
fine.
your lifestyle is not our lifestyle, and our lifestyle is not your lifestyle. You do not have to tell us how we have to do, just like how we don't tell you how you have to live your life.
Because at the end of the day, as long as we're not hurting anyone and you're not hurting anyone, I don't care
What
who
does it
does
matter?
what. Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone, we don't live long enough to be worried about all
Have
that.
fun.
Do what you want to do as long as you're not hurting anyone else. That's the biggest thing.
Point blank. God, I love you.
I love you.
My bad, yo. That last segment was long. I don't know. We
I
normally
usually
don't.
do
Yeah,
things like that.
10-minute partial.
That was
but yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, now we gotta jump to the next part. How we choose the third. And, you know, it's not always about looks. Let's be real. You know, looks are a big part of it. You know, everybody wants their significant other to look nice or whatever you want to call them. But it's about respect. It's about not crossing boundaries. It's about the right vibe. If we can kick it with you, if we can, you know, go out, if we can sit and smoke, if we can just vibe with you, that's a big important part for real.
100%, because we're not gonna deal with the leeches, the drama queens, anything like that. If you're fucking with one of us, like it's both of us at the end of the day. 100%.
And yeah, that's another big thing is since the last video came out, we've had a couple other couples message us and be like, hey, can I borrow your girlfriend? What do you mean, can I borrow your girlfriend? Like, it's, if she wants to go do that, that's fine. If she wants to go explore with another couple, I have absolutely no problem with that. But we are a couple, and you cannot just message one of us and be like, hey, can I fuck one of you and not the other one?
And honestly, touching on that a second, it goes further than just fucking. We've had a couple people hit us up like, I'm gonna take Lexi and spend all day with her, and you can have her back when my boyfriend gets off work and I'm done with her. I'm not a toy. You don't get to just, or a child, you don't get to take custody of me all day just because you like the way I look or something. Like, that one's always throwing me off. I've gotten that from a couple people. I am his partner. This is, look, like we are together. What do you mean? You cannot just take me, but make it make sense.
No, like we said, if she wanted to go on or if I wanted to go on and have fun separately, that's fine. But as a third, don't try to come in between our relationship. I guess that's
100%.
what we're saying.
Yeah.
You know, if we have that respect or whatever, or that's something we've already talked about, that's fine. But don't just think you're gonna jump into our relationship and just take one of us from the other one. That's not how that works.
Not at all. 100% not at all.
And with that, we're just gonna touch on a couple things that we like. When we're looking for someone, here's a couple check marks and whatnot, like mutual respect and mutual attraction.
100%.
Yeah, if
Definitely.
one of us really isn't feeling the other one, like we said, you know, one of us can go do solo things if that is something that we have already pre-discussed. But if one of us isn't feeling the other one, we're not gonna put the other one through that.
Definitely. It's something actually that does come up a couple times. I'll be real, I'm very picky. I kind of have high standards. So especially if there's someone that's just, I don't know, they're just giving off some sort of vibe that I'm not clicking with, he can obviously go have his fun. I don't, like, just because I'm not vibing doesn't mean he's not vibing, and vice versa. Sometimes I vibe and he doesn't vibe. And, you know, it's not a whole thing.
And you have to be grown enough to understand what we're doing. Don't come in here with a childish, scared, blah, blah, blah. We're adults. We're not here for you to learn what you like. That's not what it is.
Because, to branch on that really quick, not necessarily so much like you can't come to us to experience new things, but we have a lot of people come to us acting like we are an experiment.
Let me try this with y'all to see if I like this.
And then when it doesn't go the way they like, all of a sudden we're the issue. It's our fault.
Like it wasn't their idea.
We
get blamed for a lot of that.
Like we've said a million times, consent is a huge thing. Whether it's safe words or consistently checking in, like just we do our due diligence. I do everything I possibly can, checking in after we've dropped that said person off, messaging them days after, like keeping up that communication. Just I don't know. I don't understand it.
But just with that, just know the rules, know the respect, know the boundaries. Consent is a big thing. Just that's basically what we look for.
100%. Just because at the end of the day, I don't have time for the drama. I don't have time for the bullshit. I'm not anyone's savior. I'm not anyone's experiment. I'm not anyone else's girlfriend. At the end of the day, we have a very established, happy, loving relationship and just want to share that love and joy and sexual pleasure and have fun with other people. That's literally it. Just have fun with other people. Like we said earlier, we just want everyone to have fun and not hurt other people. So why don't we make other people enjoy it?
Some people just can't wrap their head around the fact that we are a fun, loving lifestyle. I don't know.
And that other people have interest and enjoyment in it as well. That seems to be something a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
It's not just us, and a lot of people don't realize that in turn of shaming us, they're shaming so many other people. Regardless of if you like me or not, you sitting here and shaming me for the way I do things is shaming so many other people for the way they live their lives as well. And life's not fair, but at the end of the day, why are we doing that? And there's definitely a difference between picking someone to just have a one-night fling with, have a little bit of fun for the night, and picking someone to actually vibe with, let into your space, make that any sort of connection with.
And I guess just make sure you pick the right person. Obviously, we've made the wrong choices. We brought a couple people over that we probably shouldn't have. You live and you learn. Just as long as you learn from those mistakes, you don't keep making them.
Yes.
All right, let's get into the big question. Everyone always seems to ask us, can you have sex without catching feelings?
Short answer, 100% absolutely.
110%. There's this stigma that if you give your body to someone, or that the sex is good, that person is your person, or that they're not allowed to go anywhere. It's like you override the other person's emotions or personal whatever, but everybody is their own person. I can't count how many times we've had a three-way, and this person that we've just met will be like, so what are we? When am I staying the night? What are we making for dinner? No, this is our relationship. You could sleep on the casting couch in the living room. You're not staying in my bed. I just met you.
Yeah,
like,
I messaged you for 2 days on Facebook and you slid. Like, what?
That's it. You can definitely have sex without catching feelings, and
because at the end of the day, and a lot of people don't necessarily like. I don't know. I've had people disagree with me about this, but we as people are animals. We're mammals. We are literally like animalistic. We have animal instincts, sexual instincts, and it's not necessarily a negative thing. Men are going to look at women, and women are going to look at men. We're going to crave that type of intimacy and connection. What matters is how you go about it and the boundaries that you put on it. 100%.
And just we've had flings where it's just one night. We've had flings with emotional connections. Like she said, it's all about how you go about things. It's how you make those connections and whatever you want for your relationship. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the foundation, the trust, the stability. Don't mess that up for anybody else.
100%.
Now, with that being said, there are definitely red flags when looking for a third. A couple things that you can't let happen. Do not let your third be jealous of the main relationship. That's a big thing. We started this. We brought you in. What are you jealous of her for? What?
Or trying to come in between us in any sort of way.
Yeah. Don't play victim when things don't go your way.
Like we talked about earlier.
Yeah, you knew what it was. You're here for the sex. You're not involved in our relationship. Do not try to tell me what to do with my money. Do not try to tell her what she can and can't wear.
And if you try to come between me and my dinner plans, bitch, Lord help you.
And don't act like rules don't apply to you. If I tell you something and you're like, that's cool, but that's not what I want, bye. You're not what we want. It's that simple.
It's simple as that, because at the end of the day, there's green flags and red flags with anyone, and obviously some are more severe than others, but there's a handful for sure that are just boundary crossing, and we're not going to tolerate.
And don't forget, if your partner is hesitant or uncomfortable with the situation and you are pushing sex with other people on them, you are not in an open relationship. Or if
Yes.
if you are a man and you only allow your female to have sex with other females, you are not in an open relationship. That's
It's
just
control.
controlling.
Yes.
And how are you allowed to go have sex with another female, but she can't have sex with another man? That make it make sense.
I love you so much. At the end of the day, adding a third can be like adding a spark. It can either make everything more exciting and fun and beautiful, or it can blow everything up and crumble it down to the ground.
It's just like we said, it's all about how you go about those things. It's a very fun lifestyle. We can have all the fun, but yeah, it can plummet very fast. You have to respect and love your partner. Make sure that everything goes by your relationships, what guidelines.
Rules, boundaries, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
100%.
So on the next episode, we're going to be talking more about boundaries, how we set them, a little bit of the wildest nights and some of the kinks that we have.
Definitely. What we do if boundaries get broken and how we fix them and rebuild them stronger than ever. And just recapping real quick, biggest thing that I can stress from this whole thing is just communicate. Have open communication, honest communication. Just be vulnerable. As human beings, we've closed ourselves off so much. Just be open, be amazing, keep loving without limits, and we'll see you guys next time. I love you.